Hello Ryan, it's Dan here again. How are you? Good. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank you for forwarding my services to your departments. I really appreciate it, obviously, because it's my company. I want to build my company as well. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So let's start. So this is video number 2 of the series of the epic saga. So you sent me some more questions, and I'm going to answer them in this video, basically. But first I wanted to go through a few points that I said, that I mentioned to you that I thought you might want to know in emails. So yeah, so far I've been really positive, just because overall it's been pretty positive. So good. But there was one negative factor that I didn't mention before. I don't usually like mention negative stuff, but yeah, I suppose it could be used for you. So yeah, there's one negative thing about me being the customer from my experience, and the negative point was when I tried to take out the loan. I needed it ASAP. They called me on Tuesday and they needed the bike to pick up on Saturday. So I mean, it was really a tight time scale. But by Friday, it hadn't been approved yet. So I rang one of the advisors, my advisor at the time. I mean, the advisor was really helpful, really nice. The advisor kept emailing me saying where he was up to, which is great. I was just waiting for the bank basically. But towards the end of the day, the advisor told me via email that she's due to go home, which is, yeah, fine, go home. I mean, no one wants to stay late on Friday, do they? But she said that she's due to go home and it hadn't been approved yet, but the advisor's going to let me know exactly where we're up to. Now, it got to about, I don't know what time it was, I think it might have been 6, I think the advisor went over at 6 rather than 8 or something. So I called at about 6:15, knowing that the advisor would go home. Just called for the advisor, just to make sure that the advisor was still there. But they'd just gone. So they said, well, the advisor told me that she would let me know. And the fact that she didn't let me know, she did just go home. I mean, to me, it was lying to the customer, and to me it felt, I wasn't that bothered because I knew that it's Friday, which is fine. I'm not fussed about that. It doesn't really affect me. I knew what was going to happen anyway. But again, then we lead on to the next thing, which is I was to speak to a different advisor, and I was being one of those customers, you know, one of those pushy kind of customers. A bit of an idiot, but you know, you do get them customers. I was being really pushy, and I just said I need to know exactly what's the status of this loan, because I need to pick up the bike tomorrow and I'm not going to travel 70 miles to go to the garage just to find out that it hadn't been approved, you know. So then the advisor told me over the phone personally that it will, he said definitely, it will be approved by tonight, and I went, fine, that's everything I need. I went to the garage the next morning and yeah, it hadn't been approved. So to me, that was the main lie to me, that it made me travel. I travelled 70 miles to go and get the bike. I mean, that instance at 9 o'clock in the morning when I was at the garage, when I heard that I hadn't been approved, that's when, you know, that's a really negative thing that I think that could have been avoided just by telling me it could be approved. Your advisor could have said, listen, I'm not sure, it might be approved, it might not be. That would have been okay with me. But yeah, but it doesn't matter because I called you another advisor again on the Saturday and it got approved. So yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm a happy customer. I got the bike at the end of the day, whatever. But that's just something that you should know. Okay, so I don't want to bore you with all this negative stuff. Next thing, we're going to see questions. So question number 1, would you have preferred the experience to be fully in line with personalised videos, printing own documents, etc., or speak with an advisor? Straight to the point, at the time I would have preferred to speak to an advisor just because I had no idea what I was doing. I wanted someone to handhold me basically. But I'm not saying that's a bad idea. I mean, the videos, thinking about it like a personal video to each customer, that could be absolutely brilliant. Honestly, it could be really good. Just a few points that I can think of though, because I have made a few videos. I mean, I did film as part of my A-level, so I made a few videos and I've learned a few points to how successful videos can be. So I don't know, I'll just let you know my points and see if maybe it'll help you, I don't know. So let me just switch over to my section notes. I don't just wing it, I have got notes. Okay, right. Let's Okay, so for me, the number one rule for videos, all videos that you make must be relevant. Absolutely must be relevant. Say if I was a random person, you don't know me, I'm not a customer, you don't know me at all, and for instance, I sent you a video of, I don't know, a kitten fighting a dog. I mean, as cute as it might be, you're probably not going to be interested from a business point of view. Your customers probably won't be interested, or maybe they will, who knows, but you know what I mean, that's what I'm trying to get at. So that's the number one rule. The second rule for videos that you might want to know as well is that the customer must relate to the videos. I mean, if you don't relate to a video, you don't watch it. If you're not interested, you don't look at it, do you? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So let's take my video that I sent you yesterday as an example. You guys related to that video, that's a fact, because you knew what that video was, and that video contained information that you wanted, therefore you watched it. I mean, if you didn't know what that video was and you watched the first 10 seconds and didn't contain any information that was useful to you, you probably wouldn't have watched it, and it probably would have made an impact at all. So that's something to consider as well. Yeah, so that's me teaching everyone. But on that point, I thought of a really good idea for you guys. One idea that you could use, for instance, is to make a customer relate to your videos more. Maybe you could have a video where it's created by someone in the same age group as the person wanting the loan. For instance, for me, I would feel more comfortable speaking to someone in my age group that knew exactly what they were doing, but more importantly in my age group, because I know I speak to people my age more often. I'm sure many of the customers do, they usually speak to their age groups. So, I don't know, maybe a customer could fill out a quote online, you know their age, their personal videos could be assigned to an employee that's around their age group, and then it might work, I don't know. So that is everything there. I think the last question that you sent me is, what is the most valuable part of the process? The offering the personal touch and the offering or the personal touch and hand-hold procedure. For me, it was the hand-hold procedure, just because it was my first time, and I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. We got a loan through Santander. I could have went to Santander myself, and it would have been, what, 200-300 quid cheaper, but the money was totally worth it for someone to advise me exactly what to do, and they sorted everything out, so I'm more than happy to pay that £200-300 for that. But obviously, I think the handhold thing, the personal touches as well, that could be good on top of the handhold process. I don't know, something, but that's straightforward. I don't have any more things to talk about, so I'm not going to waffle on. Yeah, so again, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for passing on the services. Nice to virtually meet you all, I suppose. And have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye.